Hey, my name's Anthony.
My name's Alex.
And we are
The PTA Podcast.
What's happening, everybody? Thank you for tuning in for another episode of the PTA Podcast. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify. We appreciate the support. Thank you.
Do we
cracking, bros? Yeah, of course. Of course. Alrighty. The next episode today is talking about one of the topics that I hate talking about, but what needs to be spoken about, and it's the Dadsbod.
I'm telling you right now, bro, I am going to redefine what Dadsbod.
Because I already have. I beat you to it.
No.
I've beat you to it.
I'm going to redefine it
Sammy
again.
Kagaris, he's already redefined it, bro.
Yeah, but Sammy's just a freak of nature, his own individual specimen. I don't include Sammy in these conversations.
Bad luck, he's done it already, cuz. He's done it already.
Big Sammy, love you, brother.
And look, back in the day, there was that whole topic of the Dadsbod, and the fact that when men became fathers or men became husbands, when men became fathers, that they just, the excuse of letting themselves go because they have to work to provide for the family was an adequate excuse, and putting on a gut was normal. But the wife could go and, pretty herself up, train hard, spend his money, and do her thing. But the dad was the one that was just stuck working to pay for everything and let their health go. I couldn't think of anything more fucking annoying.
Nah, bro, fuck
right?
that.
And like my wife and I, for example, I carry a lot of the financial stuff in our family. But that's no excuse for me to let myself go at all, because there's people that depend on me. And I always tell the guys that come and walk through the gym and want to start training with us, one of the questions I ask is why, what's important to you? And I always talk about family, wife, kids.
Yeah.
I go, are they a big reason why you came today? Yeah, bro. I go, what's your goal? I want to lose this gut. Okay. If you want to lose the gut, what do you feel like you need to do? You need to eat better, you need to train hard, you need to be consistent. Okay, cool. Now, if you don't do that, are you going to be better or worse for the things that are important to you? If I don't start, I'm going to be worse. If I do start and I achieve the results, I'm going to be better. I say, okay, so you've just pretty much convinced yourself that you need to start, right? They go, yeah. I go, here's the paper, sign it. It's not a hard conversation to have. And the reason I do it that way is because this is why I love what training can do for people. It's so much more than just looking a certain way.
Yeah.
It's so much more than just coming to a gym to punish yourself because you don't like how you look. When people say, oh, Anth, I'm just lazy, bro. I'm like, no, you just haven't found the thing that gets you up out of bed.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? And that's cool. And when you do, nothing's going to stop you. And so for some people, I have to actually ask them that direct question. Like, don't you care about your family? Don't you want to be at least healthy for your family? Right? Don't you want to leave a legacy behind you where your family's going to benefit from all the work that you did, all the examples that you set and how good you were with how you lived your life? Don't you want to do that for your family if your family is as important as you say that they are? And so when we look at it from that perspective, the Dadsbod should not exist, but unfortunately it does. Why? Because the Dadsbod, sorry, go.
No, I was just going to say, I just feel like there's this, I don't know, call it old school mentality, stigma. I don't know what you want to label it as, where the care and the understanding of the need to look after yourself just goes out the window the moment you become a husband and a father.
Well, the reason why I feel it does, and mothers can relate too, is because now it's not just about you. Now everything becomes about your family and your kids specifically, right? That's why it's a Dadsbod. So you would rather take away from yourself to give to your kid.
I get that.
Right? It's that sacrificial love. But at what point do you draw the line and go, hold on, I can't neglect myself. Right? Back before I was married and had a child, I'd train 5-6 days a week, 2 hours, 2.5 hours every time. Take my time, no worries in the world, no rush. Now because I've got places to be and things to do and I've got responsibilities, I haven't got the luxury of all that time. So this is why the way in which we train our clients who are parents, 45 minutes to an hour, in, out, get the fuck out, go. Go about your day. You've done your thing, you filled your own cup, go. Right? You don't need to be spending 2 hours in the gym. You don't need to be spending that long in the gym. So a lot of people sit there and say to me, Anthony, I haven't got time. You do. You just need to understand how you need to look at your training now.
It's about but it's also about managing your time better as well.
And understanding that 3 days a week is plenty. Walking on the other days is plenty. Getting your kids engaged in what you're doing with exercise is so good. Because when you look at it from that perspective, when you get your kids doing the stuff with you, and that becomes a thing that family can enjoy together.
I feel like also what a lot of dads don't realize is that this whole label of dad bod, or this perception of dad bod, it actually takes you away from being the role model you want to be, right? And you're actually giving an example to your children, specifically your sons, that working like a slave 24/7 is what you need to do.
Well,
whereas it should be the complete opposite.
Well, working hard and not looking after your health is the okay thing to do because you're working hard.
Exactly right. But it should be the opposite, where working hard is something that you need to understand, that is important 100%. But your health is the driver for all of that. And a lot of fathers are missing out on understanding that being a dad, being a father, being a role model is showing your kids the way of life, so to speak. And the way of life isn't falling into the trap of thinking that you're just a provider and that's it.
There's a few things that a father in particular should focus on, really making sure that he sets a good example for his kids, in particular his boys, but also has conversations around. This is my opinion. This never happened with me, so I want to do it for my son though, because I know how important it is. Conversations around money, and not making money a taboo topic to talk about. Helping your child learn financial literacy is really important, because they set themselves up, right, for so much less stress around money and how to manage their money when they get older and they start working for themselves, or they start working in general. Number one. Number two, physical health. Number two, emotional health. Number three, mental health. And number four, spirituality. So number five, spirituality. Those 5 topics need to always be spoken about, right? And however you want to do it with your kids, especially if you're a father with your son, you do it. But they need to be spoken about, but there needs to be an example set for those things as well.
Yeah, 100%.
So Arthur, my son Arthur, and I will go for runs at the park. And he goes, Dad, let's go running. So we go running. I get home and I show him the exercises, and he wants to do exercise. He wants to do push-ups, he wants to do squats. You've seen him. So what I'm trying to do is make it a normal thing in his head to do. And the reason for that is because of the multitude of health benefits that come from exercising physically. But also, when it comes to his emotional health, he's 2 years old. He's in a part of his development now where he's starting to actually make decisions for himself. So he's questioning a lot. I can tell his eyes are like that. He's thinking. He's starting to, they call it the terrible twos. It's actually not the terrible twos. It's that age of their development where their brain is actually starting to make decisions. And they're starting to understand that there's consequences for certain actions. So what he would usually do, which was naughty, because he knows there's a consequence now, he's actually planning ahead. If I do this, Dad's going to take this away from me. I better not do it. I'm going to do it and see if he's going to take it away from me like he says he is. So I've got to follow through, right? So that kind of stuff means that when he doesn't get his way, for example, there's a bit of a tantrum. You've seen that. So what do I do with him? Sit down, hold his shoulders, and I make him calm down. Right? And I'll talk to him. I know he's only 2, but I'm trying to teach him emotional understanding, emotional intelligence. Right? When he cries, I don't say, don't cry! I don't do that to him, because that makes him scared to express how he feels, which does what to a kid's development and their confidence in themselves? It ruins it.
Yeah, 100%.
So, Dad, what's wrong?
Brings
Talk to
it
me.
down.
Are you okay? Okay, just breathe. He's so cute, he does it. He does that with me. I go, just breathe, it's okay. Did you hurt yourself? Yeah. Where'd you hurt yourself? He tells me, okay, all right. Are you okay now? Yeah, I'm okay. All right, let's go. Go back and play. That's it, 5 seconds. Calm him down. Right, let him know it's okay to feel like that, but you got to calm down before you get back to what you were doing. And just be careful next time. That's all.
Yeah.
When it comes to spirituality, I always take him to church. Every Sunday we go to church. Whether it's in the morning or at night, we go to church as a family. It's teaching him there's a certain thing that we need to do as a family together, and this is one of them. This is the most important thing that we do as a family together, and there's a day dedicated for it, there's an hour dedicated for it. He goes and he knows to do the sign of the cross. He knows to put his fingers in the holy water and do the sign of the cross. He knows amen. We pray every night together. And he asks me, Daddy, pray for us? He wants to pray every night. This is the spiritual side of his life that I want to develop. And the last one, which was the emotional, the financial stuff. When he's older, we'll talk about that. But it's not talking about it as, okay, look how much money Dad made. This is how much this costs.
It's understanding how the system works.
You can get this. Yeah. Just know this is a privilege. This isn't deserved. So this is earned. This isn't something that you just wake up and you deserve. Yeah. You need to earn this, right? It's how much it costs. And it's how much that daddy has to work to make sure that we can afford this. Well, that you can have this. It's a luxury. This isn't you're not born with the rights to this. You need to earn this. But also, hey, go count that 10 grand cash there. I want you to look at that 10 grand cash, and we're going to give it to these guys here to pay them for the stuff that they do for our family or stuff they do for our business. You're going to pay him 10 grand cash? Yes, we are going to pay him 10 grand. Right? He needs to understand, and what all of my other kids need to understand. Talking like that, it's not like, oh, you got money. Oh, you think you're cool, you got money. No, don't think I'm cool that I got money. I fucking work my ass off 80 hours a week to make my money. So if I'm going to talk about it, I'm going to fucking talk about it. Right? But my son needs to understand 2 things about money. It comes just as fast as it goes. Number 1. Number 2, it's not a thing that makes you better than somebody else. It's just a transaction of what I term as energy. Right? Money doesn't define you. You are you. Money can either make you better or make you worse. You're either good or bad to begin with. It'll just elevate whatever qualities you have.
It's just a tool.
Right? So if somebody's got a beautiful heart and they make good money, what are they going to do with that money?
Help
Beautiful
people.
things. If somebody's a fucking wanker and they make good money, what are they going to be? A bigger wanker.
Yeah.
That's it. That's literally it. Right? And there's about 5 people that went through my head as I said that. Right? On either one. So I don't believe the conversations around them need to be taboo. I truly believe that a father, if he's going to build a strong son who's going to be able to do good things in this world, you need to have those conversations with him as early as possible.
Definitely.
And be the example as early as possible. Every single fat dude that I know has a fat dad or has a father that never looked after their health. Every single fat dude that I know. Every single drinker that I know, like big time drinker, has a big time drinking father.
Yeah.
Right? Every single guy that I know who's healthy, bar you and I, right? Every single guy that I know who's healthy, and maybe bar our cousin Jacob, okay, has a healthy dad who exercised regularly. Actually, no, Uncle Michael exercises, so he's a good example. But every single healthy dude that I know, I bar you and I, because our dad doesn't exercise. If I don't bust his balls every week, he doesn't come in here, so I'm over busting his balls. I've got enough clients to bust their balls over. But every single guy that's got a good physique and who trains hard, look at their example. 95% of them. Right? Look at the example. Ben's boys train as hard as they do. Why? Because dad trains. It's not, no offense to your wife, it's not because mum trains, it's because dad trains. Because they're boys. Make sense? So, as a parent, that whole concept of the Dadsbod, and it's a sacrificial, I have to sacrifice my health because it's my role. It's not your fucking role. You're sacrificing yourself is not your role. Building yourself up into a better, healthier, stronger version of yourself for your family, that's your fucking role.
Yeah, definitely. You hit
Do
the
you get
nail
what I
on the head
mean?
with that one.
That's your role, not the other way around. And if you think it's the other way around, that's just because you're a lazy fuck and you want to make it easy for yourself.
Yeah.
And I get it like this because it does my head in. Because they don't understand the flow-on effect it has. Right? The amount of parents that are okay becoming just worse off for themselves, but worse off for their family, and then become a burden on their kids because they chose to be lazy. I have to work. You do, but you can get up a little bit early and go for a walk.
It's the flow-on effect as well, bro. Not even just your kids, but also your marriage as well. And
Everything.
I've seen it, bro. I've seen it so
Everything.
many times where these dudes, they just get so caught up in just work, and they become very unhealthy, and they become demotivated, and they become very lazy.
It gets bad,
And then,
bro.
yeah,
It
but
can
and then
get
like
quite bad,
their
yeah.
wives are sitting there going, "The fuck did I marry?"
But then the wife needs to also understand that the husband's got pressure. So one of the best ways to deal with pressure is to de-stress. Right? So as a husband, I'm sorry to say this to you, but the pressure's always going to be there. Right? And we talk about
100%.
husbands, guys, and dads because we're men. We don't talk about women. We don't have a right to talk about women and women's health,
Now,
right?
you know what? I do.
We don't because we don't understand a woman
Yeah.
or what she goes through.
But that's what I mean.
With
Like,
her body, right?
That's what I mean. I'm talking from the point of view where I've seen these guys let their marriages go because they've just become so consumed with work, and then they become very lazy because of it, and then they're not giving any attention to their marriage whatsoever.
There was a really good piece of advice a priest gave me, right? And he asked me the question. He goes, "Who you love more, your wife or your kids?" And I was like,
I know I had this argument with you.
I feel like I'm gonna
I had this argument with my brother, and I won this argument.
I feel like I'm gonna answer the wrong thing. I go like, "My son's my world." He goes, "Wrong." What do you mean? He goes, "Your wife."
Your wife comes first.
He goes, "Your wife is your world." And like biblically speaking, you and your spouse are first. Your kids are your offspring.
Yep.
So what I was trying to get at was focus. Don't forget to focus on your marriage.
A kid will flourish in a home when they see their mum and dad love each other unconditionally. Right? And going back to the dad bod, a dad bod comes from the fact that you aren't showing yourself any love.
Mm-hmm.
Because your health is always and should always be your number one priority.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But getting a gut, and a lot of these times these gut are like the beer belly shaped guts, is because of the fact that you are not looking after yourself. And so you're becoming a fat, lazy bum. Don't get me wrong. You're working hard.
Probably a nice guy, but you're just a fat, lazy bum.
You're working hard. You're paying the bills. You're providing for your family 100%. And
financially only, though.
But you know what? Good on you, bro. Straight the fuck out in this day and age that we live in. Well done for being a provider from a financial point of view, because it's fucking hard.
Yeah, right.
Well done.
We know that. Tap yourself on the back, yeah, whatever.
But there is also so much that comes to being a parent. And I'm learning this, and I'm going to be a parent in 12 weeks' time.
You're in for a shock.
And I'm learning this. There is so much that comes to being a parent outside of money. Be someone that your kids and your grandkids can remember. Leave a legacy for them, right? Leave a legacy for your wife.
Let me be very blunt with you. This might annoy some of my family if they hear this. Our grandfather, from our Casa side, even from our Farah side, made good money. Good money. Right? But they didn't know how to express love.
No.
At all. Right?
You know when they were able to express love? Unfortunately, at the very end.
Yeah, because their conscience got...
Because they realised that nothing else fucking mattered.
When their health went to shit, yeah, exactly right. But what I'm trying to get at is, what do we remember? The money that they made? Or the impact that they had on us and our family?
The impact.
So what kind of impact do you want to make sure you have on your family?
100%.
The people that you love the most?
100%.
A positive one. And that comes from what you do, what you say, how you are, how you train. Everyone knows when I've trained. Everyone knows. Because I'm in such a good mood. Everyone knows when I haven't trained.
Trust me, I know when you haven't trained.
Because I'm edgy and I'm annoyed. But you know why? Because it's like, it's almost like I have PTSD of the guy that I was and how I felt back then. And it comes back. And it's a really ugly place that I find myself falling into sometimes when I haven't exercised. Because it's like, I don't want to go down to that road again. I don't want to go down. I don't want to become that person again. I've worked so hard to not be that guy. But then I got to remind myself, and I check myself fairly quickly. That's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent.
Yeah.
So if I miss one day, I cannot miss the next day.
Yeah, 100%.
But the reason why I need to train is because it clears here. My training is my thinking time. Right? And I just get everything out of my head. So when I come back to the gym, I'm not flustered in the mind. I'm not trying to focus on 10 different things, but there's a lot of noise in my head.
It's funny.
That's why I like to train.
It's funny you say that. So I had a conversation with a dad about a month ago, and he's going to be starting up with us in the next 2 weeks. And a part of that conversation was, funny enough, talking about this stuff, because the one thing that he said was that I want to be a better husband and father for my family. I said, first off, respect. Because you've put your hand up, and just like in an AA meeting, the first thing you need to do is admit it. Right? So well done. I said, but he goes, but bro, it's so, and you could tell was like emotionally distressed about it. He goes, bro, it's so fucking hard though, because I'm trying to work so hard because everything's so expensive and all my hours of the day are going into work and da 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 da. He goes, it's fucking hard and I don't have the energy for it, like mentally, right? I said to him, I said, I get that. I said, why don't we start with this first? I said, do you sleep? He said, yes. I said, so let's improve your sleep. Let's improve the things that you do on a daily basis that are just a part of your routine. Doesn't matter what day you have, whether it's a good or a bad day. I said, you're always going to sleep, correct? He said, yes. I said, let's just get your sleep better then. I said, what do you mean? Instead of getting 5 hours, let's get 7. Let's get 7 hours of sleep. I said, do you eat? He said, yes. I said, let's just improve the quality of food that you eat.
So it's the integration of better habits.
I said, do you drink water? He said, yeah, a little bit. I said, let's just increase the amount of water that you drink, right? I said, do you do any movement throughout your day, whether it's walking around your office or walking in general? Yeah, he said, yeah, of course I do. I said, let's just increase the little bit of movement that you do. I said, you know what we just did? He said, what? I said, we targeted 4 things that you do on a daily basis right now.
Yeah.
That's all it takes to be better. Those 4 simple things: sleep better, eat better, drink more water, move a little bit more. Do those 4 things. I guarantee you, brother, you're going to feel a lot better. You know, GD is now to start in the next 2 weeks. Yeah. Why? Because he goes, bro, I've done those 4 things over the last few weeks because they're just finishing building their new house. He said, and bro, I can't believe how fucking much better I feel already just by doing those 4 things that I'm already doing on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I said and so this is what I want to say. Men, I get it. From one man to another, I totally get the fact that it can sometimes feel impossible to break away from the chains that are holding you because you're the provider of your family. I totally get that. And the pressure that a man feels being the provider, I get it. I understand it. If you're struggling to find a way to become better from a health point of view, do those 4 things because you're going to do them regardless. You're going to always sleep. You're going to always have something to eat. You're going to always drink water. And there's some form of movement that you're going to do throughout the day. Just do those 4 things better. Use that as a start, right? Because I can understand when, and you've been there, when there's so much in your head that you just feel like adding that one more thing is just going to make you pop. But you're already doing those 4 things. I said you're already going to sleep, you're already going to drink water, you're already going to have something to eat, and you're already going to do a bit of movement.
Like I said,
do those 4 things better.
It's integration. It doesn't mean that you need to sacrifice things or take away things or add more onto your plate. It doesn't mean that. It's integration. Right, so like I said, if you're already doing these things, just do the things you're doing, but do them a little bit better, and then watch the return on investment be so high.
That's it.
Right? It's so simple. But people don't look at it that way.
Yeah, that's why I've started to talk like
and
that.
And they need to look at it that way, right? Because
100%.
our job is to simplify the process so you can stay consistent.
That's all it is.
That's what it is, right? And this is why having a good coach who's experiencing your stuff is really important. Because they can take the emotion, they come at you from a non-emotional perspective and a very logical perspective to give you the clear vision or the clarity you need so that when you start to integrate these things into your life, so you've got the plan.
Yeah.
Right? And then the beautiful thing is about the way we work is that we give you the plan, but then we help you execute on that plan by the way in which we keep you accountable and the way in which we help you break down your day and all that kind of stuff, right? So that's where it's very important. But what I also wanted to highlight as well is the amount of people that I talk to on, and it is on a daily basis. Some of these men, if I go, "How are you?" they go quiet on the phone.
Yeah.
I go, "Hello." I had a conversation yesterday. I go, "Talk to me, bro." He said to me, "You're struggling. Like, what's going on?" He just burst out in tears. He goes, "I'm over it." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I'm just trying and I'm trying and I'm trying. I feel like I just can't get anywhere." He goes, "I'm over it." Right, we spoke more. He's just very emotionally heightened, so everything is just triggering.
Yeah,
him.
I feel for some guys, man.
But he's got 1 2-year-old, or 1 13-month-old. He's got 1 on the way, and he's feeling it. Right. I said, "Okay." I said, "How do you feel like you're gonna deal with this?" Like, "I don't know, bro. I just gotta, maybe get a second job or this or that." I said, "What about, like, are you doing anything for you?" Because I haven't got the fucking time. I haven't got the money for it. I said, "You haven't got the money for $20 a week?" I said, 1 less Uber Eats order a week, bro, and then you got your money. 1 less coffee a day over the 5 days, you've got more than enough. He just went quiet. He goes, "You're right." I go, "It's actually not that hard, bro." I said, "But this will give you the clarity you need, the energy you need, the focus you need."
Yeah, man.
You're struggling and you're over it because you're giving from an empty cup.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And when I look at, I take the whole Dadsbod thing really seriously because I know what's going on internally with these guys, whether it be mentally or physically. Right, or metabolically as well.
And
right?
a lot of the time it's starting from the mentally.
It always starts from the mental, right? But I look at what's going on internally, I'm like, "Bro, you better change." And I get real serious on them. They're like, "Bro, relax, man. All right, I'll get to the gym. Like, calm down." I said, "No, it's not about trying to calm me down. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you." I will tell somebody that they need to exercise and to come to us and to really get them to understand where they're struggling. It's not for me, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's for you.
And you know the funny thing,
because when you realize that you need to make change and you realize that we're the place for you to make the change, or whether it's not us, it might be Frontline Fitness, it might be Dynamic Recurve, it might be the Anytime Fitness up the road, it might be whatever other gym, the yard in the street here, F45, it might be the fucking Pilates studio or the jiu-jitsu, it might be a gym. other than us. But as soon as I bring that struggle that you're going through to the forefront of your mind, and then you realize you need to make change and actually action on that, I've done it for you, brother. I haven't done it for me, mate.
You know the thing, you know when you said...
I take no pleasure in making somebody feel like they're absolute shit because I haven't done anything. That doesn't make me feel happy.
No, it's a fucking shit go.
It's not an emotional fucking play to get them to go, hey, I need to change. Anthony just told me how shit I am. I have to change. Nothing good comes from me making you feel this way.
Yeah, bro.
Except for the need to show you that you need to fucking change.
100%, man.
And that's how serious I take it. Like the amount of people that I know have gotten cancer out of the blue.
Yep.
And die from cancer 18 months later, 12 months later, right? They're the same people that said they're going, whatever, bro.
You literally just said what I was going to say.
It's all right, man. Bro, relax. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Sorry, but like I'm so exhausted from telling people or trying to convince people that can you just look at it from this perspective for a minute? Like play the what if game with me for a little bit.
100%.
Play it with me because it can happen. Don't say it will never happen to you, because those people that it happened to, that was saying it never happened to them as well.
100%. Look, I feel
don't do that. Just give yourself every opportunity to not be a burden on your family, to not be another statistic that dies from cancer and just gets forgotten about because they get put into a system.
I feel like as men, we have a duty to look after other men, right?
100% we do.
There's a brotherhood.
100%.
I might not know you from a bar of soap.
We're running, at the end of next week, we're running a men's mental health night,
Yeah.
right? And what you know what we're going to talk about? Men's suicide.
Yeah.
There's about 10 or 11 guys that are interested, but all the guys are talking to me about it. And I'm like, what's it about? Every guy in the gym that since I brought it up. What are you talking about? What's it about? You're going to bring somebody down? Is it just us? Or are we going to, do we have to open up? Like, I'm a little bit worried. So just come down, have a beer, watch the footy. Let's just catch up.
Let's just talk.
I will prompt some questions out there, get the guys talking. So, but we need to talk about this stuff. Because, you know, the stats per day of men that take their own lives?
It's fucked up, bro.
7 per day.
It's so bad.
That's 7 people every day that thought their life wasn't worth anything, that they're not important, right? And that they're better off just not being around anymore. 7 people every day. Now, the flow and effect of that is wives, kids, parents, friends, relatives are all impacted for the rest of their lives because this one dude thought having a dad bod was the way to go about it. Was fine. This one dude neglected himself because I can't.
And that's the thing,
I
right?
can't.
That's the thing.
I can't.
What we're trying to get people to realize is that it's not the dad bod. It's what comes from the perception of, oh, fuck, it's just a dad bod.
Well, the dad bod is not a personality. The dad bod, right, is not a thing that we go, this is me now. It's not. It's not. It's the byproduct of you giving up on yourself.
100%.
And as bad as that, as serious as that, as big as I've blown that up, that's literally what it is. Because we witnessed that from somebody who we love tremendously. That sacrificed himself because of, and labeled the dad bod. But look at what it did to him. Look, you were a bit too young to remember this, but I witnessed him.
Oh, no, I remember.
Having heart palpitations.
I remember.
Panic attacks. Not heart palpitations, panic attacks at 1, 2, 3 in the morning, and, somebody else screaming.
Yeah, trust me, bro, I remember.
Because she thought he was going to die.
Yeah.
Right? That's a byproduct, a very serious byproduct of what happens when you just simply neglect yourself. Right? It can happen. Don't you dare sit there and act like it might happen to you.
100%. And there's always a way out of it.
And it's such a serious thing that I feel like it needs to be spoken about more. It needs to be brought to the front of our minds more.
Because this is what people need to understand. The moment you normalize dad bod, you're normalizing unhealthy practices.
Well, it was normalized for very long. Now it's not anymore. Now there's a shift. Same thing with women's health. Like this menopause movement, I'm all for it, man.
100%.
Because it means that women that go through menopause aren't going into depression, anxiety anymore. Because now they understand what's going on with their body from a hormonal perspective, and they know what to be doing with their lifestyle, with their supplements, with their food, and how to simply use the gym and weights to empower them and rebuild their health. Not, hey, I'm 40, fuck, it's all lost now.
Definitely.
Or not, man, hey, I'm 40 now, it's all lost because nothing about me matters anymore.
A normal system that's occurring within the human body should just be that. Because it's going to occur in the human body knows how to deal with it.
But
you've got to give it the environment to deal with it properly.
And the key to all everything stuff that we just said is education. No, even before that, conversation. Which opens the doorway to education, right? Conversation, open dialogue, open conversation that doesn't make these taboo topics hard to talk about.
And I want to just note, fellas, if you're watching this episode and anything that we've said has struck a chord within you and you feel like you need to talk, please open the fuck up. Straight out, open up. Like Ant said, 7 men a day are committing suicide. That's a fucked up number. That's 7 kids, 7 sons, 7 daughters, 7 wives that will not grow up and live the rest of their lives without their husband and their father. Right? That's pretty fucked up. That's brothers and sisters losing a sibling. That's pretty messed up. So if you need to talk, if you need to open up, if you need to just fucking vent, we're open ears. We deal with a lot of dudes on a daily basis. Like I said, men have a duty to look after men. There's a brotherhood, there's an unspoken brotherhood that we have. Even if I don't know you from a bar of soap, I've never met you in my life. Because you're a man, it's my duty to look after you and vice versa. Open up, boys. Let's talk. Let's have open conversation, open dialogue. Let's make men better so that we can be the providers and the leaders and the role models that we want to be for the rest of the generations to come.
Amen to that. And on that note, thank you guys for tuning into this episode. We appreciate their support as always. Don't forget, like and subscribe to us on YouTube and Spotify. Thank you very much.
Boom.